Hey everyone, welcome back to Unfiltered with Jazz. I'm Jazz, of course, and we are here. I have been a little bit out because I had some dental issues, but we're back. We're better. We're not in pain no more, which is the best part. So we're just gonna jump in. Last time I came from Wonderland, we were discussing throwaway relationships, and I wanted to kind of make everything flow a little bit. And then I had a comment that mentioned acceptance. So, do we practice acceptance in our relationships? And I would say, in my overall observations, I don't think we practice acceptance in our relationships, which is something to talk about. So, what is acceptance in a relationship? I ask. Acceptance in a relationship is the act of valuing and loving your partner for who they are, flaws in everything. So, that's what the acceptance is in relationships. I have really, honestly, getting a little personal around here, have been working on acceptance in my relationships, my friendships, and my romantic relationship. I've been really working on just trying to accept everybody for who they are individually and see where I can come in and make them emotionally safe. Because we're going to be talking about emotional safety as well, because when you are talking about acceptance in relationships, that is a big thing. So acceptance can lead to a more fulfilling relationship by fostering trust, security, and emotional safety. So emotional safety is like just something that I'm like, of course, super interested in, and I kind of want to fast forward to emotional safety, but we're still talking about acceptance. So here are 7 ways to demonstrate acceptance in your relationship. You respect each other's differences, you avoid comparisons, you forgive and move on, you encourage growth, you you know what? I need my glasses. That's the problem. Where did I put them? Okay, well, I think I have some glasses right here. Because your girl can't see. I've been struggling to see real quick. Let me put these glasses on. Okay, better. I can see. Okay, so we said forgive and move on, encourage growth. We embrace imperfections and we accept individuality and we value each other's opinions. And this is how you practice acceptance in your relationships. Those were 7 ways. And so let's break down emotional safety. It's feeling comfortable enough to be vulnerable and open with others, trusting your own feelings and needs. And this can happen in relationships and also at the workplace. So at the workplace, you need to feel emotionally safe, which I thought that was very, very interesting because do we really feel emotionally safe at work? Like sometimes, so let me just say this. I work in an office. There's a lot of office politics. And I wouldn't exactly say I feel emotionally safe. I do feel like respected and things like that, but I I don't think I would be like outside of whatever the scope of what we talk about at work. I would not feel comfortable discussing other things outside of work with these people. I would not want to fraternize with them at all. I would just, yeah. So, but you know what I do find emotionally safe relationships, like, so my good friend Anjali, she was here a couple of weeks ago with me, I met her at work, and immediately I think we just had a connection where we were emotionally safe with each other because I love her to life. And I feel very, very emotionally safe with her. I can tell her anything. I can be vulnerable with her. I can just share like my life, past and present and future things with her. So that's one I think example of where I was emotionally safe. I wouldn't say I'm exactly emotionally safe with like others at my job. And that's okay. And you don't have to be, but that is just something to work on, the emotional safety in your life. And I just felt like emotionally emotional safety, like where do you learn to be emotionally safe? Like how are you just vulnerable with somebody you're in a relationship with? Like how does this play out and this happen? Like how do you get emotionally safe? And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I love doing this actually because I've been finding out so much stuff like about myself and that I want to share with whoever's watching. And I love everybody who's watching. Thanks so much for supporting me. If you do, definitely comment, definitely like, definitely subscribe. I would definitely love that. And I just want to continue the conversation about emotional safety because it's just like it's so interesting to me because I was just like, why? I wonder like why I feel so open to like talk to people about different things and be vulnerable in conversations with people. I met a really great lady at the park yesterday. She was super nice, and oh, she was like just so cool, and I just love seeing people from all different walks of life and hearing about their lives. So, how do you get vulnerable in relationships, and why is there like a blockage with emotional safety? Why do we feel like we need to protect our feelings and how we really feel, and why aren't we like vulnerable? Why do we start closing ourselves out and being like that? I don't know. That's so intriguing to me. But I did want to do something a little different. This episode, we've talked about um, acceptance in relationships. We'll go ahead and just think about that. And of course, we'll come back to emotional safety. But what happened? I watched a YouTube video about a girl who was talking about another girl who took off her hijab, and she had all these opinions about how this girl took off her hijab and this, that, and the third. And I was just like, I felt like as a person, a viewer watching, I don't feel like she should have spoke about that. And she herself personally never wore hijab. I actually wore hijab years ago. So I feel like, oh, maybe I can maybe have a little opinion about that. Like I felt like she said all of these things like what hijab meant and this, that, and the third. That's all great. But when you're actually wearing hijab, it means different things to different people. And if you grew up like with that being instilled in you to wear hijab, and when you take your hijab off, you just don't even know how much courage you have to have. And she was like, she's just wearing it like a wig and she took it off and this and that. And was she really just wearing it like a wig and she took it off? Or do you know that she maybe had a personal battle within herself to take off her hijab? So I was just like, that I didn't like that. I didn't like that that lady made a whole video about this lady taking off her hijab, and she had 5 points. Don't get me wrong, the video was very well made. Like she researched it and she had all these bullet points and this and that. But I don't think she should have spoke on it personally when she herself never wore hijab. So that's how I felt about that. And then everybody is watching talking about Nelly and Ashanti's relationship. And I just felt like, why are y'all talking about them people relationship? Yes, they have a whole reality show called We Belong Together, but I felt like they came out with a reality show just to show like you can rekindle with somebody and have a happily ever after. You don't have to stop being with somebody and then it's that forever. Me personally, I'm a repeat offender of spinning the block, so I love a good spinning the block. I love it because I'm a repeat offender, but I do feel like everybody's opinions were just crazy as heck. Like, they showed us what they wanted us to see, so we don't know the ins and outs of their exact relationship. Yes, Nelly, and his opinions about politics and parenting and this and that. Guess what? Just like you, just like me, just like everybody else who's talking about it, we all have opinions. But I just felt like we don't need to be judging what's in their marriage. Like, you don't know if he really love her, if he don't love her, and she needs to blink twice because she is like in a terrible relationship. She looked pretty damn happy to me. And I'm just saying, I've been watching a lot of interviews with her and him, and they just seem really happy, and I'm happy for them because whatever they're doing in their relationship, they probably feel emotionally safe with each other. So they doing what they doing, and they accepting each other with their acceptance. We don't know what, we can't really judge that. Like, they look happy to me. And that's what I wanted to say about that, because I feel like everybody just got something to dang say, which I guess as humans, it's normal reactions. But I saw like a professional marriage counselor watch their show, and she made a whole video about it, and the girls is saying she's a single married woman, and I'm just like, whoa. Like, they really sparked something in everybody with all these TikToks and clips and this, that, and the third. I'm just like, let these people live. Like, because that's what they doing. Guess what? They have more money than me and more money than some of y'all. I think they're making it work, and I'm very, very happy for them. And are you guys actually also seeing the whole world went crazy over Love Island? What are they putting in the signals to have these people going crazy over Love Island? Me personally, I haven't got sucked in. My daughter is very tuned in. She has like a whole little group with my sister. They talking about it and doing Love Island reactions after. And I'm just like, wow, this is. And then people got YouTube videos about Love Island reactions. They going with the ins and the outs. It's just very interesting to me. What they putting in the signals for Love Island. I'm not gonna be sucked in, but you know what I was sucked into? I was really tuned in and sucked into, and I'm definitely gonna watch season 3 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I really enjoyed that show. The girls on there, they are really talking about some tough topics. Mom Talk has really just helped them in their families, in their journeys, in their businesses, and I'm here to see it, and I love to see it. All of the people doing so great out in the world, and yeah, I like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I really do. Y'all should tune in too, because they need the support. They need the ratings and stuff. And the reunion was great. They really talked about a lot of things, and I just can't wait to see what's coming up on season 3. And what else did I want to throw in my video? Because I was like, everybody's talking, so I might as well put my couple 3, 2 little 4 cents in it too. That's really it. thank you again for tuning in. We were here live at Wonderland. Maybe next week I might have a guest, so we'll see. Or we'll dive deeper into emotional safety and how we feel about emotional safety. And thanks so much for watching. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you next time. Bye.